All right, good morning, everyone. 36th District Court is now in session. Give me 1 second. All right. All right. Okay, 36th District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I am serving today as your presiding judge. And I am ready on the docket this morning. I'm going to start with the attorneys that are assigned to my courtroom. Let me have you place your appearance on the record for me, please.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court, Vet Court Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, I'd like to make a motion, continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Reed, and your motion is granted. Mr. Fikens.
Thank you and good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P 31894, Drug Treatment Court Defense Counsel. I too would make a similar motion.
Thank you and good morning, Mr. Fikens. Your motion is also granted. I also see Ms. Robs is in the courtroom this morning. Good morning, Ms. Robs. Place your appearance on the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ebony Robs, Drug and Veterans Treatment Court Case Manager.
All right, thank you, Ms. Robs, and good morning to you. Ms. Robs, do we have any Veterans Treatment Court cases that are ready for this morning? It was my understanding due to the scheduling that we didn't have anything scheduled.
No, Your Honor, we have no Veterans Treatment Court clients on this morning.
All right, very good. Thank you. Wanted to make sure I did not miss anything. Good morning in the courtroom, Ms. Mack. Good morning, Officer Lott. Good morning, Ms. Brimage, if you are still in the courtroom.
Good morning. Good morning, Judge. Good morning.
Good morning. Ms. Brimage, good morning, Ms. Wilson. Ms. Brimage, if someone needs to come in, they just need to come in and they need to come in on their date if there is an issue. All right, very good. I am ready to proceed. I do see Mr. Parker, you are on this morning. Are you on for Mr. Johnson this morning?
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, I am. Jimmy Parker, Veterans Treatment Mentor.
All right, thank you so much. Good to see you. I also have two attorneys who have checked in on this morning. I don't know if you all need to speak with the city's attorney. Have you already had the opportunity to do that? Mr. Ellisell and Attorney Garmo.
I do not, Your Honor. We had the review hearing yesterday that got moved to today, and I resent everything to Ms. Brimage.
All right, Ms. Brimage, you are ready to proceed with that matter, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. And that should be Mr. Alfieri. And then for Mr. Ellisell, who are you here for today?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here for Mr. El Jabiri and similar situation. We forwarded the documents to Ms. Brimage and we should be set for our final review.
All right, wonderful. Ms. Brimage, who do you want to start with first?
We can start with Mr. Alfred, Your Honor, then go to Alfred. That's fine.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Alfred.
Okay, all right, I got you. All right, let's do it. I have case number U609-92321. Counsel, your appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Brian Garmo appearing on behalf of Paul Alfieri, who's seated next to me in my office via Zoom.
Thank you and good morning to you, counsel. And then Mr. Alfieri, would you please place your name on the record? Tell us who you are.
Paul Alfieri.
Thank you and good morning to you, sir. All right, Brimage.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Alfred was ordered to complete 40 hours of community service, complete the John School, submit to HIV testing, and pay $400 in fines and costs. I am here to report today that he has completed everything and I'm asking that the case be closed.
All right, thank you. And Ms. Brimage, you have some feedback. I'm not certain where that's coming from, but there's a little bit of feedback.
Probably the fan, I'll have him turn it off.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, I know it's hot in there, but all right. All right, counsel. What's your response to Ms. Brimage's? She is asking the court to terminate probation at this time for your client. He's done everything he's supposed to do.
That is correct, Your Honor. We concur.
All right, very good. And Mr. Alfieri, you did learn something from this experience. Is that correct?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
All right, very good. And I hope to not see you in the court for this reason again. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Then I'm granting Ms. Brimige's request and the matter is closed. Thank you so much for your patience this morning.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Ms. Brimage.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Take care. All right. Are we ready on Mr. Al-Jabari? I have case number U 609-90521. Counsel, your appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please this honorable court, Lawrence L. Lascelles, with and on behalf of Mr. Ali L. Jabiri.
Thank you and good morning, counsel. And Mr. Al-Jabari, if you could please unmute and tell me your name.
Hello, my name is Ali Al-Jabari.
All right, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Ms. Brimage, you may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant's case was deferred under 762.14 Holmes Youthful Training Act. He was ordered to submit to HIV
Oh,
testing.
wait, hold on one second. I'm sorry, Ms. Brimage. He's pursuant to Holmes Youthful Training Act.
Yeah, we can't do it on the record.
Right, so I need to go into a breakout room. And so I am going to send my, Ms. Wilson, I'll let you do it. If you could send Ms. Brimage, I don't know if you're going to need to get it on your phone. Or you can, yes, so that Ms. Wilson can send all of us to a breakout room, including the court reporter, but we won't do it on YouTube. Okay?
You want to do? Okay.
And so did you have it before we start going to breakout rooms, Ms. Brimage? Ms. Brimage,
Yes, Your Honor.
do you have anybody else? Is Mr. Johnson ready before we go to a breakout room?
Yes, Mr. Johnson is ready.
All right, Mr. LSL, Mr. Al-Jabari, you'll go to a breakout room. Let's do Mr. Johnson's review and then I will join you all. Ms. Wilson, am I free to proceed at this time?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. I have for Mr. Johnson, case number 200-616-0201. Good morning, Mr. Johnson.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you doing this morning?
I am well. State your full name for the record.
My name is Damian Johnson.
All right, Mr. Johnson, you look different. You cut your hair
Yes, I did.
and you have on a color other than dark black or dark blue. Take note. Look at you. And you
Yes,
slept
ma'am.
today. How are you doing,
Yeah.
sir?
I'm feeling quite well, actually.
All
I'm
right.
feeling quite well.
Go ahead. Tell me what you've been doing.
Doing my community service. I got 12 hours left. Actually just 2 days basically. And everything's been going pretty good. Great job prospects on the horizon. And, you know, I got this was a great learning experience for me. I got to learn, meet some very valuable people, and I'm just right at the finish line. So.
All right, Mr. Johnson, very good. Have you been having any issues that you need us to help you with?
Not really. No,
Nothing?
ma'am. That's the good thing. My counseling has been going very well, and you've been helping me out with that, and I appreciate you all. I really do.
All right, Mr. Johnson, you know you a good guy. We're so glad you crossed our paths, not by virtue of having to have a case with us, but you are a good guy, and we're glad you're here. All right. All right, I want to hear from Ms. Brimage, and then I'll hear from the veteran mentor. Ms. Brimage?
Your Honor, Mr. Johnson is doing excellent. He's screening the team well. Mr. Pro did send over the results for the last few weeks. All of those have been negative with the exception of the THC. He's also had very good reviews from Mr. Pro. I asked Mr. Johnson how he feels talking to him. He said it's okay. He just hopes he doesn't get switched again. You know, this is his third counselor since I had him.
Yes, I know.
Mr. Johnson was ill for a while, so we did talk on a weekly basis. You know, he thought he had COVID. He was very sick. I know last time I talked to him, he was at community service getting the COVID test because there was a breakout there.
Yes,
So apparently he's doing better. He looks very well. He does meet the marijuana insight program. Last review, some tickets were dismissed, and he was sentenced 40 hours of community service for that. As he stated, he's almost complete. He has to be done by February 22nd for those 40 hours. But he's also signed up for the 40 hours on the contract.
Okay, all right, so he's got it done.
And his fines and costs are $770, and we said afterwards we get some of those, since he isn't working, we'll get some of those, converted over to community service also.
Absolutely. And now Mr. Johnson is not working because,
I'm still
Well,
searching,
Your
but
Honor, I did give him, go ahead, go ahead, Mr. Johnson.
well, actually, during this time, while I was doing my community service, trying to get as much time done as I could, it was taking up so much time in my schedule that it was stopping job searches and stuff like that. But like I said, now that my schedule is getting clear, I have a lot of prospects and things set up. So,
all right, Mr. Johnson, we need you to get that job because we need
Okay.
everybody working.
I've been
And
looking and
I
searching.
get it, but
going
here's
on-
the thing, community service won't stop you from getting a job because you'll need a job to sustain yourself even after you finish the program, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so we'll work with you. When you secure employment, you won't need community service to pay your fines and costs because you'll be able to pay on your fines and costs. Maybe you can
Right.
do a little bit of both, but you'll be able to pay on your fines and costs because you'll be working. So I want to make sure we don't miss some opportunities. That should definitely be one of his goals on probation while he's with us, to complete that marijuana insight, to get his community service done, and to secure employment, because I think that's very important for him.
So, Your Honor, I did give him a resource, and they post jobs daily, so if he follows up, if he sends them a text, they'll text him the job they have every day. So if he follows up with that, I did give him that resource already.
Have you been following up with that resource, Mr. Johnson?
Yes, you have, Your Honor. Like I said, I've been contacting them, and I just the hiring process has been kind of difficult for me because I have a lot of issues with getting to places. So now, like I said, once you said everything is clear and everything is fine, I'm hitting the ground running. Everything.
All right, come on, Mr. Johnson, because we find our way to all the places we want to go, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, we do. Yes, sir. All right, so you got to find a way, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Ms. Brimage, what else did you want me to know about Mr. Johnson?
Your Honor, that was all. He's doing pretty, like I said, he's doing pretty good. We just need to get the job, move the ball, move the job.
All right, very good. Mr. Parker, is there anything you'd like to add as to Mr. Johnson?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Johnson and I, we speak on a pretty regular basis. As a matter of fact, we just spoke recently and as recent as this morning. He assures me that he's ready to go. He's ready to work. Just like he said this morning, he's when the program releases him, he's ready to hit the ground running, and he's got a lot of prospects, and he's really doing well. He's very positive. We talk and we laugh, and he's just anxious to go. He's just waiting for the court. Thank you.
All right, well, we'll run with him. He don't have to wait until he leaves us to hit the ground running. We have some good gym shoes too, and we hit the ground and run with him, right alongside him.
Right.
They're willing to hire me at the place where I'm doing my community service right now. Anyway, so.
Okay, where's that?
St. Patrick's Senior Center.
Yes. All right, Mr. Johnson. Very good. Very good. All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything you want to add as to Mr. Johnson? Thank you so much, Mr. Parker.
You're welcome.
Congratulations, Mr. Johnson. Your report. You have a great attitude. Keep up the good work. We know it's not easy, but you're doing a good job. Be safe, Mr. Johnson. Thank you.
And Your Honor, if I might add, Mr. Johnson, you've always been a delight to work with and for. The moment you came into this program, I knew you were a good fit, and you've only proven that. You have a great attitude. Keep up the good work, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Very good. Thank you all. Ms. Burmish, let's get a return to court date for Mr. Johnson.
1 second, Your Honor. What about March the 8th?
Okay, March the 8th, 2024. 22, is that a Tuesday still?
It is a Tuesday, Your Honor.
All right, then it'll be at
And
9:40.
I'll follow up. Yes, and I'll follow up with Mr. Johnson next week. We usually talk once a week.
Okay, wonderful. All right, Mr. Johnson, did you get that date and time, March 8th at 9:05?
At 9:45?
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
ma'am.
on Zoom. And
Yes,
before
ma'am.
you leave our courtroom, I need everyone in the virtual courtroom and the physical courtroom to please join me in thanking Mr. Johnson for his service to this country and his service to us. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. We appreciate
Honor. Honor.
you, Mr. Algieri, for joining us. All right. All right, Mr. Johnson, take good care of yourself. Good to see you.
You too, Your Honor.
All
To,
right.
my-
All right, bye-bye. All right, Ms. Brimage, if you could get on your phone and let's place, thank you, Mr. Parker. I think that's all I have for you today.
Thank you, Your Honor. Everyone have a great day.
All
Thank you.
right, you do the same.
Thank you.
All right. And Ms. Wilson, let me know, I can send myself to the breakout room. Let me know what, maybe I can see it.
Breakout room number 1.
Number 1, all right, I'm joining that room and I need you to join us too.
Mr. Almiraj?
Yes.
While we're in this little bit of a break, again, we're live streaming, so I don't want to talk about the facts of your case right now, but
I can't hear you. Sorry.
Sure. I was.
Hold on, Mr. Fikens, for a minute.
Thank you. I'll do
I'm
that.
sorry. Mr. Ellisell, I need you to join breakout room number 1.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, sir, keep in mind, we are live streaming on YouTube, so I don't want to talk about the facts of the case necessarily, but you told me that you have an attorney, but that he's not going to be here today. Is that correct?
Yeah, because everything was completed. This is just the final review.
Okay, have you completed everything? That's my
Yeah,
question.
everything was completed.
So you're going to get a good report from Ms. Brimage? Is that your
Okay.
case manager? Is that the person you sent information to?
No, I sent it to Delatora, PR
Okay.
officer, and he forwarded everything to the judge.
Okay,
He sent me an email this morning.
okay. Is he going to be here?
I have no idea.
Okay. You are not in need of an interpreter, are you, sir?
No, no.
Okay. I don't know why okay. I didn't think so, but I had to ask because the interpreter's here.
It's all good.
All right, Mr. Reed, do you have any questions? We can probably handle that.
No, I think he's good. Hopefully the judge has all the information. If not, we can ask the have probation officer, I think he said Delacour,
Yeah.
come to the courtroom.
Because she didn't assign me yet. She said something.
Did you get it, Ms. Brimage? Oh, I guess so.
All right. Ms. Mack, we are back in session, and I just want to place on the record for the matter that was just done in the breakout room for Mr. Al Jabiri. I am reducing his fines and costs by $100. So somehow we'll have to reimburse him $100. It should reflect that he's overpaid by $100.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm reducing his fines and costs by $100. He has also to attend the sessions through Southwest Detroit Community Justice Center. He must do it through Southwest Detroit Community Justice Center. He's going to return to see me for review on March 15th, 2022 at 9:45 a.m. If for some reason he is able to get his things done earlier, he can walk onto my docket with his attorney, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Attorney Ellisal. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Your Honor. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Give me 1 second, everybody. All right, thank you all for your patience. I believe that we have someone who is in-house on today. Miss Brimage, is someone in the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor, there he is. That's Mr. Al Hassani, Hassani. No. Hassani. Yes.
Mr. Al Hasnawi, or, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. All right, very good.
I also have the information from Mr. Al Mirage. Mr. Delatorre didn't have to come down. I have his information.
Okay,
Thank
is he on with us, Mr. Al Mirage?
He is, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge, I'm here.
Okay, very good. And then we'll do Mr. Al Hasnawi. Is there an interpreter? I thought I saw an interpreter in the courtroom. Was the interpreter here for either of those cases?
Not for Mr.
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, I'm here for Mr. Al Hasnawi.
All right, wonderful. So does Mr. Al Hasnawi, I think there's an attorney who checked who was here for Mr. He had his own counsel.
Yes,
He
that's correct.
did,
Your-
yes, he is retained, but I don't know what happened to him. He was on screen. I don't know what happened to him.
Yes, I am here, Judge.
Okay,
there you go.
wonderful. All
He's
right,
here.
we just don't want to overlook you. Do you need to go in the breakout room with your client and the interpreter at all?
Sure, that would be great. Thank you so much.
All right, wonderful. So let's, Ms. Wilson, before we call Mr. Al Mirage case, let's place the interpreter, and good morning to you. Interpreter, pronounce your last name for me.
Good morning, Your Honor. El Sabai. The last name is El Sabai.
El Sabai. All right, thank you. And so we'll place Mr. El Sabai and the attorney. And we need to set Mr. Al Hasnawi up in the breakout room. I mean, in the conference room of the courthouse, so that he can go into a breakout room.
Yes,
Is
we're
that
doing
set
that
up
now, Judge.
already? Oh, it's already set up. I see it on the screen. Yes.
Judge, also, we do have Mr. Adams in-house with us as well.
Which Adams? Eugene Adams?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay, he'll go in the breakout room after I do Mr. Al Hasnawi.
Your Honor, we have already spoken to him, so there is no need for a breakout room with.
Oh,
Mr.
wonderful. Look at you all. Wonderful. All right, that's what I like. All right, very good. Ms. Wilson, let me know when I can begin after you have everybody in their breakout rooms. This is Mr. Oh, that's Mr. Al Hasnawi. Okay.
For who? Which one? Oh, you gotta go on the room.
Give me 1 second.
Mr. El Mirage, please put your camera on so the judge knows you're here. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Wow. Yes. It was on March 4th. Okay. It was put on there. Okay. Yeah, I gotta go back. Oh, okay.
Mr. Fighton,
Yes.
Al Mirage is non-public also. It's a HIDA case, so we're gonna have to go in the breakout.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Ms. Brimage.
You're welcome.
How old are you, Mr. Mirage?
Did you say? Sorry.
How old are you?
24.
Very good, thank you.
Mr. Fikens, did I hear that the plea was taken under Hyder?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Are we ready on Mr. Almiraj?
Yes, Your Honor, I've been informed that we need to go in a breakout room with him because this is also taken under HIDA.
All right, thank you. Thank you very so much for bringing that to my attention. I appreciate it. Ms. Wilson, I'll need you to place Mr. Fikens, Mr. Almiraj, and Miss Jasmine Brimage in a breakout room. And Ms. Wilson, you'll have to join us.
And it was Ms. Brimage who came up with that, Judge. She just told me what to do.
All right, and her text just came through. Thank you, Ms. Brimage.
She knows.
Excellent job.
All right.
Judge, it's gonna be a minute for Ms. Brimage to get in the breakout room because we only have the conference room. And the other defendant is in there unless you want her to get on her phone.
Can she do her phone?
Yes. Okay, she's gonna go on her phone then.
All right, wonderful. Let me know when you all are ready, Ms. Wilson.
We're going to breakout room number 3.
All right, I'll meet you all there.
I got the invitation. Mr. Maharaj, accept the invitation.
I don't see it anymore.
You should see it, Mr. Amaraj. I just sent it.
I don't. It's not popping up on my screen. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
If Miss Brimage join, Miss Mack. Ms. Brimage,
Yes, yes.
I've been sending you to breakout room 3.
Okay. She said 3.
Right, you don't see the invite?
Nope, I don't see it.
Okay, I have you in 3. I'm gonna move you to 4, but I'm gonna have to move you back too.
Cause it say you have been assigned to breakout room 2, so I closed that out.
Okay, you should have joined it. I would have moved you.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
So you see anything now?
Yep, breakout room 2. I can still join it.
Okay, go ahead and join it. I'll switch you.
Let me ask her earlier. Ms. Wilson, do you know where Miss Brimage is?
She's coming, Judge.
Oh, there she is. All right. I just sent you a Ms. Mack, for purposes of the record, I need you to know that for case number U 563-62520 for Mr. Almiraj, that matter has been dismissed without prejudice.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you. Are we ready, Mr. Al-Hasnawi?
Yes, ready, Your Honor.
Yeah, all right.
So I'll need you to turn on your camera for me. Counsel? Abu Zeid, I'll need you to turn on your camera for me. Are you able to turn on your camera?
Yes, Judge, sorry.
There you are. All right. Where is Mr. Al-Hasnawi?
He should be in the courtroom.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
very
we're
good.
gonna fix the camera 1 second, Judge, for you
All
to
right.
see him.
Wonderful. He can have a seat. Sir, you can have a seat. And then that way, have a seat. All right, now I can, nope, I can't see his face. And it's okay if you have to, Ms. Brimage is not seen because I need to make sure we have an image of the defendant. All right. I know she's kind of short, so Ms. Brimage. All right. I need someone to read the case number into the record for me. My docket is cut off. If you could read it into the record.
Case number is U 60991-021.
Thank you. And before I get started, I'm going to have the interpreter. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that you will interpret the words as spoken by the parties in today's matter, that you will do so completely and accurately without any additions or deletions, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Please state your name as well as your qualifications.
For the record, good morning, Your Honor. Yasser Al-Subai, the Arabic language interpreter for Mr. Al-Hasnawi. In this case, I'm qualified an Arabic language interpreter and translator by Michigan Supreme Court since 2013, been practicing since then in this courthouse and other courthouses too.
All right, wonderful. Well, welcome. It's a pleasure to work with you today. All right. Mr. Reed, I'm sorry, counsel, state your appearance for the record.
Yes, Your Honor. For the record, Ziad Nicholas Abu Zaid, P69447 on behalf of Mr. Al-Hasnawi.
Thank you. And then Mr. Al-Hasnawi, please state your full name for the record.
جعفر قول اسمك بالكامل للمحكمة. جعفر علي الحسناوي.
Thank you. All right. Ms. Brimage, I am going to have you start my presentation on behalf of probation this morning.
Your Honor, Jasmine Brimage on behalf of Probation Department.
Hold on one second, Ms. Brimage. Hold on. Let's give the interpreter an opportunity to interpret.
Thank you, Judge. I take notes, but I don't want to miss anything. Thank you. طبعا القاضي ندهت على القضية وندهت على المحامي والمترجم اللي هو أنا وندهت على السيدة بريميتش ودي محامية الادعاء من المحكمة. Go ahead.
All right, Ms. Brimage. Your Honor, the defendant was scheduled for a review date on yesterday, February 7th, 2022.
المحامية بتقول إن كان في جلسة للمراجعة كانت متحددة امبارح في المحكمة. Go ahead, Ms. Brimage.
And on that date, Your Honor, I reported that he completed his fines and costs. He had a zero balance. He completed the 40 hours of community service and submitted to HIV testing.
كمان في خلال الجلسة دي كان احنا المحكمة تم اختارها بأن المدعى عليه كمل 40 ساعة من الخدمة المجتمعية اللي كان المفروض يعملها وكمان أخذ الاختبار الخاص بالفيروس HIV. Go ahead.
Your Honor, the defendant did not complete the John School and he was ordered to report in person today.
المدعى عليه ما أخدش الفصول أو الكلاس اللي كان المفروض ياخده قبل ما يجي على المحكمة النهاردة. Go ahead.
Ms. Brimage, when was Mr. Al Hasnawi sentenced to go to the prostitution offenders class?
Your Honor, his sentence date was November 8th, 2021.
القاضي بتسأل إمتى كان السيد الحسناوي المفروض إن هو تم إجباره أو الحكم بإن هو يحضر هذا الكلاس، والمدعية المحامية قالت إن كان بتاريخ يوم 8 شهر 11 سنة 21. كان
Ms. Brimage, at any time, did Mr. Al Hasnawi contact you to let you know that there was an issue with his ability to attend the class as ordered by the court? Let the interpreter interpret.
القاضي بتسأل المحامية هل في أي وقت من الأوقات السيد الحسناوي اتصل بالمحكمة أو بمحامية الادعاء وقال لها إن هو عنده مشكلة في إن هو يحضر هذا الفصل أو الصف أو الكلاس. Go ahead.
Your Honor, he was not assigned to me. I just stood in on the review day. I wasn't the probation officer.
المحامية قالت إن هو ما كانش الملف بتاعه معاها، وهي ما كانتش الشرطية المسؤولة عن مراقبته أو ملاحظته. Go ahead.
Is there any notation in the file, Ms. Brimage, that Mr. Al Hasnawi reached out to a probation officer with respect to his, for 3 months, with respect to his inability to attend the class?
القاضي بتسأل هل في أي ملاحظات موجودة في بتاعه إن هو اتصل بالشرطي المسؤول عن مراقبته وملاحظته في خلال ال3 شهور اللي فاتوا في إنه يحضر هذا الكلاس، والإجابة كانت بالنفي. Go ahead.
No, Your Honor.
الإجابة كانت نفي. Go ahead.
Counsel Abuzaid, I'd like to hear from you as to your client, or if you want your client to go first, whatever is your preference.
I'll speak.
Wait, let's let him interpret. Go ahead.
القاضي بتسأل السيد أبو زيد المحامي إذا كان هو يحب يتكلم الأول أو بيخليه موكله إن هو يتكلم الأول، والسيد أبو زيد قرر إن هو قال لها إن هو هيتكلم الأول. Go ahead, Mr.
Thank you, Judge. I know you're a very firm but fair judge. Your professionalism in the 36th District Court is probably the best I've seen at 36th District. So when I spoke to Mr. Al Hasnawi, I told him, look, there's no excuses here. You had time, so we're not here to make an excuse. I made him understand that you're fair but firm. So we're not here for any to talk about any excuses. We're basically here to say, he was given a great opportunity, a great plea bargain. All he had to do was everything he was told. He missed the John class. There's no excuses. We're here to ask for mercy from the court. Give us another 30 days. He'll get that done, and whatever else you want him to do extra. I told him, you're not in person because no reason. I think the judge might want to lock you up or give you a harsher sentence. He's never had anything prior. I understand, you don't want to give 2 bites at the apple. We are asking for mercy from the court. We're not here giving excuses. It should have been done. I had a great discussion with him yesterday. I said, look, this is not a game. You might think this is not that serious, but it is serious, and life can be serious sometimes. I said, we're going to ask the judge for some mercy. We'll see what she has to say, and we go from there, Your Honor. I know I've seen what you do with your sobriety classes, with how you're looking to help people. You're not just there to move and groove in the sense where let's just move the docket. Very respectable. So I told him, I said, this judge is a great judge. You should not have tested her. but we're here to ask for mercy only because this is the first time he's made a mistake, and maybe they don't understand the severity of these things, but he understands now, and I'm hoping that you give him some mercy and he'll do whatever you ask him to do today, Judge.
I'm gonna have the interpreter.
Thank you, Judge. طبعا المحامي السيد زياد بيشرح للمحكمة. أولا بيقول للقاضي إن هو طبعا عارف إن القاضي هي قاضي بتحكم بالعدل، هي بتكون دايما ملتزمة بالقوانين، وإن هي عندها نوع من الصرامة، وإن هي من أحسن القضاة الموجودين في الدائرة 36 القضائية. وقال كمان إن ما عندهمش أي أعذار ممكن يقدمها للمحكمة، والموكل كان حصل عرض جيد جدا من المحكمة، والمحكمة ادته فرصة كويسة وأخذ هذا العرض، لكن للأسف إن هو التزم بكل شيء باستثناء إن هو يحضر الكلاس أو الجان كلاس اللي كان المفروض يحضره. فده ما عندوش أي أعذار ممكن يقدمها للمحكمة، باستثناء إن هو ما كانش متوقع إن الموضوع بهذه الجدية إطلاقا. وطبعا بيقول ان هو فاهم موكله السيد حسناوي ان المحكمه لما طلبت ان هو يكون موجود شخصيا في المحكمه ان يكون معرض لان القاضي تحكم عليه بحكم اقصى، حكم قاسي، او ان هي تضطر لحبسه لفتره من الفترات. لكن بيقول للمحكمه طبعا ان موكله ما عندوش اي سوابق جنائيه قبل كده. هو اتكلم مع الموكله، وكمان قالوا ان ده الموضوع مش هزار، وان القاضي دي بتحكم باشياء بتحاول انها تساعد كل المتهمين اللي بيكونوا قدامها، ولكن في نفس الوقت المفروض ان هو كان ياخد الموضوع ده بمنتهى الجديه. وبيقول ان هو موكله ما كانش فاهم الموضوع ده، ولكن بعد المناقشه معاه الموكل فهم قد ايه الموضوع ده جدي، وانه بيطلب من المحكمه ان هي تنظر بعين الرحمه للمتهم، وان هي تديله فرصه تانيه لحضور الصف او الكلاس في خلال 30 يوم ويرجع مره تانيه للمحكمه. فبيطلب من المحكمه الرأفة. Go ahead.
Ms. Brimage, thank you, counsel. Ms. Brimage, I would like to hear your recommendation, and then I'll hear from Mr. Al-Hasnawi.
القاضي بتشكر السيد أبو زيد، وهتسمع من محامية الادعاء إيه اللي هي بتطلبه من المحكمة، وبعدين هتسمع من السيد الحسناوي. Go ahead.
Honor, the defendant has completed everything else we've asked of him. I am going to ask for a 30-day extension for him to complete the class so that the case can be closed.
المحامية السيدة بريمج بتطلب من المحكمة، قالت للمحكمة إن هو التزم بكل شيء كان مطلوب منه من المحكمة باستثناء هذا الكلاس، وبتطلب من المحكمة أو بتوافق على عرض إن هم يدوله فرصة لمدة 30 يوم إن هو يحضر هذا الكلاس وينتهي منه، وبذلك تنتهي القضية ويتم إغلاقها تماما. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. Mr. Al-Hasnawi, is there anything that you would like to say to the court at this time?
السؤال لحضرتك سيد حسناوي، هل في أي حاجة تحب تقولها للمحكمة حاليا؟
Yes, I am so sorry, Your Honor. I really didn't know the law that much. أنا بس اللي أقدر أقوله إنه أنا جدا آسف، وإن شاء الله أنا راح أحاول أسوي اللي أقدر عليه حتى أخلص الشيء اللي زي يريده من عندي على السريع يعني، وأنا جدا متأسف.
Okay. Well, Judge, I'm really sorry for this. I didn't know the law exactly, but I'm going to do my best within the next 30 days to attend and finish these classes. And I'm willing to do everything possible to do that.
So counsel, this is what I'm going to do. While I'm not happy that he had 3 months to do everything that the court told him to do and he didn't, I'm going to grant your request as well as follow the recommendation of Ms. Brimage.
القاضي بيتكلم السيد أبو زيد المحامي، وقالت له على الرغم من إن هي مش مرتاحة تماما للي حصل، وإن المدعى عليه كان عنده 3 شهور إن هو يلتزم بقواعد المحكمة أو بقرارات المحكمة وما عملش كده، ولكن مع ذلك هي عندها الاستعداد ان هي بناء على طلبه وعلى توصية محامية الادعاء ان هي تديله فرصة تانية لمدة 30 يوم. Go ahead, Judge.
Instead of
Thank
sending the client to the Wayne County Jail, I'm going to give him 30 days to complete the class through Southwest Detroit Community Justice Center. He must do it through them.
القاضي قالت ان بدال ما يتحبس لمدة 30 يوم هتديله 30 يوم ان هو يكمل الكلاس او يحضر الكلاس وينتهي منه من خلال الساوث ويست ديترويت اللي هي المنظمة مسؤولة عن تنظيم هذا الموضوع. Go ahead.
Counsel, jail is an easy thing to do, 45 days, but then he'd come out and he would not have that education piece that I think is so important that he gets, because he's young and he has a lot of life ahead of him. And I don't want him to continue on this path because it can land him in jail or sometimes some even more horrific outcomes.
القاضي بتقول للمحامي السيد أبو زيد إن 45 يوم في الحبس كان ممكن يكون قرار سهل بالنسبة للمحكمة، ولكن هي شايفة إن ده هيحرم المدعى عليه من إنه يحضر هذا الكلاس الفصول التثقيفية دي، واللي القاضي شايفة إن هي مهمة جدا بالنسبة له بالنسبة لحياته المستقبلية، لأن هو شاب صغير وقدامه حاجات كتير جدا يتعلمها في المستقبل، وإن هي شايفة إن ده هيفيده كتير في المستقبل، وده لو اتحبس كان هينحرم من إن هو يحضر هذا الكلاس. Go ahead.
And so, counsel, I'm going to schedule this matter for a review on March 18th, 2022. And it'll be at 9:30 a.m. Make sure you're available, counsel. If that date, let me know if that date works for you.
That'll be fine, Your Honor. And we thank you so much for your consideration. It's a sincere pleasure to be in your courtroom. Like I said before, you're a great judge. If every judge was like you, this life would be the court system would be a lot better. Not because of just this case, and I'm representing him, but it's a sincere statements. You do a wonderful job here. I applaud you, and I'll make sure Mr. Al-Hasnawi gets everything done within these 30 days, and we'll be back with the completion of the course. And I'll let him know how generous you were here.
القاضي بتقول إن هتقبل الطلب المتقدم من السيد أبو زيد المحامي، وإن دي فرصة 30 يوم للسيد الحسناوي إن هو يحضر وينتهي من الكلاس المفروض يحضره. هيكون في جلسة تانية للمراجعة يوم 18 في الشهر الثالث الشهر الجاي سنة 22 الساعة 9:30 صباحا. لازم تكون الأطراف كلها موجودة، وسألت المحامي إذا كان ميعاد مناسب بالنسبة له، فقال إن ده ميعاد مناسب، وإن هو بيشكر القاضي جدا على إن هي أخذت بعين الاعتبار إن هي طبعا كما زي ما هو معروف عنها إن هي قاضي عندها نوع من الرحمة والمساعدة المتهمين، وبيقول إن طبعا ده كان من دواعي سرور إن هو يكون القضية بتاعته قدام هذه القاضي اللي شايف إن هي قاضي ممتازة جدا من أحسن القضاة اللي موجودين في الدائرة 36. Go ahead, Judge.
All right, Ms. Brimage, is there anything else on behalf of the probation department?
القاضي بتسأل السيدة بريمج إذا كان في أي إضافات بتحب تضيفها من طرف جهاز الملاحقة أو المراقبة بالنفي.
All right, counsel, it's a pleasure seeing you today. Thank you for presenting your client. Thank you for making sure that he's going to have everything done. I actually gave him a little bit more than 30 days, and he should be prepared to tell the court what he learned in those classes. That's very important to me. And I will see you all on March 18th, and that will be at 9:30 a.m. If nothing else, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Judge.
القاضي بتشكر السيد أبو زيد وبتقول له إن هي ادت فرصة له لمدة 30 يوم عشان يحضر الكلاس، وإن هو مهم جدا لما يرجع في الجلسة اللي جاية قدام المحكمة لازم يقول للقاضي أو يقول للمحكمة إيه اللي اتعلمه في هذا الكلاس، استفاد منه، بتشكر المحامية الثانية، وبنرجع يوم 30 يوم 18 في الشهر الثالث الساعة 9:30 الصباح. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you all. Have a good day.
Yes, sir.
And thank you so much, Mr. Ellis. All right, say bye.
It was my pleasure, Your Honor.
All right, take care. All right. Who do we have up next? I think I'm ready to call Mr. Adams. You said you all have already spoken with Mr. Adams, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes,
All
Judge.
right, is Mr. Adams, is Miss Brimage handling Miss Adams as what, Mr. Adams as well?
No, Judge.
No, Judge, he's arraignment.
Okay, they have him down for review. It should be arraignment.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Judge.
Judge, it is a mistake on my part. I put it in as a review instead of an arraignment.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much. Okay, Mr. Officer, I'll let you tell me where you want Mr. Adams to stand at the podium so I can see him.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, wonderful. I'll call his case at this time. I have case number Z8083811 for Eugene Adams. Mr. Adams, please state your full name for the record.
Eugene Adams.
Good morning, Mr. Adams.
Good morning, Judge. First of all, if I would take the time, I would like to apologize for my email address. It was set up for me by one of my family members. I don't use the internet like that or Facebook, so I'm not really literate with doing that. When I was informed yesterday to go to the page to change it, I thought I did, and I apologize again for that derogatory, email. And I am working on getting it took out off of my phone.
Right, until you do, you'll have to come into the courthouse because it is derogatory to me and to everybody else. We stream, not only are we in the Zoom courtroom, but we stream live by way of YouTube. And so that means anybody in the world can click on and see what you have on this screen. And so that name was very much so derogatory. But thank you for coming in. We tried to help you to get it resolved in every way we could. My court reporter was reaching out to you. Everybody was trying to reach out to walk you through, and for some reason it didn't get changed. And so you had to come in on today. I'm glad you decided to come in. I'm going to hear from Mr. Fikens as to how we're proceeding, because today you're scheduled for an arraignment. And thank you for your apology, not just to me, but to everybody who had to look at that. It was an insult to us. And so make sure whoever in your family did that, you tell them that that is derogatory and it is unacceptable, and it won't ever show up in my, not at all. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Fikens?
Thank you, Judge. And I spoke with Mr. Adams yesterday and again today, and all I can do is add to, I know his apology is heartfelt. He was working on it, Judge. He realizes it and gets it. And I think you already know that from talking with him, because that is what he demonstrated to us as well, both me and Mr. Reed. For today's purposes, Your Honor, it is an arraignment, given the conversations we had, and that Mr. Adams should give some serious consideration to hiring his own counsel. For purpose of the arraignment, Judge, I'd waive formal reading, stand mute, ask the court to enter a not guilty plea. And because he wants to obtain counsel, we'd ask for a pretrial date at this time.
All right. Now, Mr. Fikens, if my memory serves me correctly, yesterday, this is a very old case. Is that correct?
That is correct, Judge.
So that means Mr. Adams has not shown up for court on a number of occasions, right?
Certainly at least once, we know that.
All right. So is your client prepared to post a bond?
I think he's willing to do whatever this court requires. We talked about the seriousness of the charges. I try not to say too much if he does get other counsel, but yes, I know he understands the seriousness of the charges.
Mr. Fikens, I don't want to set anybody up for failure, but I believe, wasn't this case from what, 2000? What did you all tell me? 2014 or 16? I can't remember.
I can't either.
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes.
Excuse me. I am looking at the case for Mr. Adams. I don't know, if we're mixing him up with someone else, but this case is a new case. This is his first court date. Yesterday would have been his first court date.
Oh, okay, thank you. Then we are mixing him up with someone else. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's why I see his eyebrows are lifted over his glasses.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Mac. I didn't have the ROA with me, but thank you. My memory was wrong. And so, Mr. Vikings, we are wrong. This is his arraignment. And so, all right. And so, Mr. Adams, do I have your all of your hearings? Because this is never going to go away. You understand that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you're wanting to hire your own attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And so what I will do, Mr. Fikens, is I will schedule this matter for a pre-trial. How quickly are you going to get that attorney? Because they need to come to court pretty soon.
I'm gonna try and get it as soon as possible, I'm on a fixed income, so I'm disabled like Social Security. But I would say no more than maybe like 30 days or so, I should be able to.
You have to do it in less than 30 days. Come on now.
Okay, well,
Judge,
Wait, let me,
whatever you want me to
hold
do.
on one second. Mr. Fikens?
Yeah, Your Honor, just so the record is clear, both Mr. Reed and I gave him some names for him to contact an attorney. 2 weeks, we could turn it around. If we could stretch a little bit, Judge, and ask for 1 more week, just to give that attorney.
You know what? This is what I'll do. I'll go ahead and usually don't. I'll grant the 30 days for, meaning I usually don't schedule arraignment and pretrial 30 days apart. But in this case, I'll schedule it for March 8th. That will be the pretrial date, March 8th, 2022. And that's going to be at 9:45 a.m. Okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, very good. And make sure now, Mr. Adams, I don't have a problem with you coming on Zoom. I really don't. But if you can't change your name on your tagline, you're gonna have to physically come into the courthouse, okay? Because I'm not gonna see you with that name on. Or use somebody else's device, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and then we can change it for you. All right, very good, hopefully. All right, very
Again, I
good.
apologize.
That's okay, and I accept your apology. It happens, and so I'm just glad you showed up today. Make sure you let your attorney know that we do start court on time, so they need to get off for 9:45 so we can be ready to go, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Adams. You are free to leave.
Thank you. Can I
Thank you,
say thank you to Mr. Reed and Mr. Fikens? I appreciate you all. Hopefully I won't see you in this situation again, but I thank you all.
Mr. Adams.
You're
anytime-
welcome, Mr. Adams. You're a good guy.
You're a
Be
good
safe.
man. You're a good man, sir.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. And he's getting a personal bond, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. I am ready now on Dwan Cicero, Z8053541. Ms. Brimage, where is Mr. Cicero?
Now, Ms. Brimage left the courtroom. Let me call her because I think she forgot about him with all the other clients
Yes.
that she dealt with.
All right, let me know. And then what about, I saw Ms. Robs early. I need to call Nora Garrett. She was scheduled to come in today. There's Miss Robs. I couldn't figure out why you were here. I'm sorry. It took me a long time. I'm just seeing it. I'm like, that's why she's here. Nora Garrett, SP 119-10811. Where is Miss Garrett?
Your Honor, I was able to speak with Ms. Garrett on this morning. She called me from another phone number. When I did speak with her on this morning, Your Honor, her first words
You
that she,
faded out. You faded out. You moved your headpiece. We couldn't hear you.
oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So when I spoke with her on this morning, her first words were that she did not want to do the program. I explained to her, Your Honor, that she was not being compliant with the court order, that she was supposed to have it reported to me upon release, that she needed to be set up with testing, and that there was a warrant, that there was an active warrant. So she stated, Your Honor, that I told her that she also should physically report to the court. She stated she would. I have not heard anything else from her, Your Honor.
Did you tell her to go test yesterday?
Your Honor, she needed to be set back up with testing because of the change within the system.
Okay.
So I needed to get her new paperwork and everything, and I wanted to actually physically see her. So she literally, she said she would be here, but I haven't heard anything, Your Honor.
Right. This was her regularly scheduled review date. So it's got notice of today's date, Mr. Fikens. Ms. Robs, is there any reason to believe, I know that you have been in contact with the nest, which is where she did her inpatient treatment due to her combination of drugs. Is there any reason to believe that she's back to using and posing a threat to herself? And she has 5 minor children.
Yes, Your Honor. And that's one thing I wanted to make sure to put on record. When I spoke with her, Your Honor, it did appear, just based on our conversation, how she was responding. And it reminded me of my first interaction with her when she was under the influence. So she appears, Your Honor, to have returned back to using, but I would need her to test in order to verify that.
Okay, but she's still not in compliance with my orders. And so, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, what do you want to? Have I signed that warrant already?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe on yesterday.
Yes. All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens.
Judge, if she's not complying with the court's order, then a warrant should be issued. I'm sure that she needs help, and we want to help her, but we can't help her unless we can see her and have her in custody. So I have no objections to a warrant being issued, John.
No objections, Judge.
We tried to work with her. Ms. Robs, I do need someone, I need you all to reach out to Mr. Morgan, Ms. Walker, however it goes, because this is certainly someone, she has possession of 5 minor children. And so we want to make sure that those children are safe. I would hate for something tragic to happen, and we did nothing other than a piece of paper in a system. We need to notify our law enforcement partners that there is an active warrant, why we are concerned about her health, safety, and welfare, but especially the health, safety, and welfare of her 5 minor children who she has possession of. And so I would like this to be one of those individuals that they go out and they pick her up so we can get her in the appropriate treatment. And I'd like that to happen on today. And I need someone to follow up with me on today as the status is as to Miss Garrett.
Yes, Your Honor.
Wonderful. She's Ms. Mack. She's not getting a return to court date because she's in warrant status. And hopefully we'll get her picked up between today and tomorrow.
Your Honor, may I ask a question, Ms. Robs?
Yeah.
Ms. Robs, when did you contact her today, and when did you, I'm sure you told her to come in immediately, but when was that contact made?
This was this morning. It was actually this morning at, just need 2 seconds. Exact recent cause. This was at 9:13 a.m.
About 2 hours ago.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Robs.
Mr. Vikens, she would have been aware of this court date, even without Ms. Robs making contact with her, because this was her regularly scheduled court date. I issued the warrant on yesterday because I was concerned about her being clean for 30 days and now going back out with her drug of choice. We know that that can always have fatal results. And so I issued the warrant because she was not in compliance with her testing. And so she was already not in compliance with my order. So I'm really concerned, and I want her picked up today.
And that was the nature of my question. I wanted to know if there was any possibility of her voluntarily coming in. Those hopes seem dimmer than.
Yes. And of course, if she does, we will get on here. It doesn't matter. As long as we are open for business, we are open for business, and we will help her. And Ms. Robs, you know, even after hours, he says, I'll go back to the nest, because I'm more concerned with getting her the appropriate therapeutic adjustment as a but now she can't be not in compliance with my order and still, you know, she's got to do something. She's got to do some sacrificing, turn herself in, and then we'll get her back into the nest. Even if it's after hours, Ms. Robs, we will make it happen as we normally do.
Yes, Your Honor. And I will reach back out to her because I'm hoping that there's some kind of way that I can maybe just encourage her, Your Honor, to come in.
Or to go back
Oh, to the nurse,
because we have
absolutely.
a relationship with Naomi's Nest, that she doesn't have to wait until business hours for the court. Go back to the Nest. Let her know I'm not interested in sending her to jail. I'm interested in getting her the help that she needs so that she can be a good mother to those 5 children who deserve a good mother. She told me they deserve a good mother. Those were her words to me.
Yes.
So let's come on, let's do it. Don't have, but if I have to go get her,
absolutely,
changes the flavor. I'd rather her just come on in and let us help her.
Yes, Your Honor. I will work diligently to try to get her to go in, Your Honor.
All right, very good. But definitely circle Mr. Morgan this morning because I need that update sooner than later.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. All right, if nothing else on Miss Garrett, I am ready to go to Mr. Cicero. Thank you, Miss Robs. I appreciate you. Sorry to keep you waiting so long. I just didn't know why you were here and I should have.
That's okay, Your Honor. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you. All right, for Mr. Cicero, I have case number Z8053541. Where is Mr. Cicero?
Your Honor, I have.
Can we lower the camera so I'm not just seeing Miss Brimage the top of her head? There's Miss Brimage. All right, Miss Brimage.
Your Honor, when I left the courtroom, I was gonna contact Mr. Cicero, but I forgot that we had to put it on the record, so I came back down into the case. I am gonna call him and email him as well as do the warrant. I spoke to him at the beginning of last week. I got his screen pro bono for him again, and he hasn't screened since then, so he missed 4 screens. So when, the new system with Abraham just came up today, so I contacted Michelle, and she told me he missed the 4 screens after I got the pro bono screen for him. Cause he screens twice a week.
Now, Mr. Cicero knows better. And he knew this was his court date. Today is his regularly scheduled court date, 9:45. It's 11:13 a.m. Mr. Ficus, I don't know what Mr. Cicero is doing, but I'm issuing a warrant for him.
Understood, Judge.
Now, you tell Mr. Cicero, he stood right here in this Zoom room and told me he was getting himself together. And I am disappointed. 4 missed screens, and he didn't even come to court today.
And I tried to work with him, like, I told him he can't miss screens, like going the next day is not acceptable, but if you need me to reach out to Jams to get it pro bono for you, I will. In the last 2 or 3 times, Ms. Foster said, okay, he don't have to pay this time, we'll just add it to his tab. He said he was having money issues, so I was trying to work with him with that, but I don't know if he got fed up or he just got discouraged, but.
Or he's using something that he doesn't want to show up in his screen.
That part also. So I'll go upstairs and prepare a warrant and I'll have it sent over to you. Was it a certain amount of bond cash surety that you wanted on it?
I'm going to put $1,000 cash as surety for his bond.
And I'll also try to reach out to him. I'll call him A&E fellow.
Yeah, but I want that warrant. I'm gonna put it in the system this morning. Yes. All right, thank you. Send it to my work email. I'm able to sign with my computer. All right.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Brimage, for everything this morning. All right. All right, I have one last matter that I need to call. And then, I won't see you all in the 1:30 staffing. That's for another court. So
Yes.
you all are done with me until Thursday. I don't know if I'm gonna let that happen. Mr.
We'll
Cicero,
miss you,
somebody's gonna come in.
We're gonna miss you, Judge.
No, y'all saying, Mr. Ficus, I see you over there trying to hold back your laughter, but Mr. Reed is clapping and all of that. I don't want to see it. You trying to look away so I don't see that smile, that grin from ear to ear.
I tried to cut him.
over there
I tried to cut off his camera, Judge.
All right. Let me call the last matter that I have. I have case for Ali Abdu. I have SP 1203163, counts 1, 2, and 3. It says review. Miss Mack, what do we have on Mr. Abdu?
He was supposed to pay by today and he did so. And the other 2, the count 1, he was supposed to pay, and then count 2 and 3 would be dismissed upon his payment.
All right, and he did it. So we are closing count, and I am dismissing without prejudice counts 2 and 3. It works. Yeah, very good. Thank you. Did I miss anything on the docket today?
No, Judge.
That's
We're
everybody.
good.
Right, wonderful. I want you all to enjoy the rest of your day. Just know we're on call because we still have Mr. Cicero out there. We still have Miss Garrett, who I'm really hoping will come in or do something. She's really a good person, and we want to help her. And so just know we're on call, and then I won't see you all again until Thursday.
That is correct.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Reed, I see you. Goodbye.
Judge,
You
it
know
is a
I
good,
love you, Judge. I'm gonna miss you, Judge.
Yes, I know. Mr. Pike, you were gonna say something?
well, I just think that system that you employed about dismissing cases, I hope that helps cut down on some of the paperwork, because it works, to me, it works great and makes sense, so.
Yeah, because if people don't pay, they still get their dismissals and they might have the one thing left on their record. I think we have to hold people accountable in order, if we're ever gonna really change the way things, just the regular run-of-the-mill way that things have been done, we've got to find a system of accountability. And I think that works.
I think it's an easy system. It
Yeah.
actually makes a lot of sense, and it's kind of easy.
Hold it, put it on the docket. There you go. Well, thank you, Mr. Fiken. I thought I night in my sleep and woke up.
Uh-oh, that's a bad sign.
Scary. I know, it's scary. All right, very good. You all enjoy. Thank you, Miss Wilson. Thank you, Miss Mack and Officer Lott. I'm available by phone.
Okay, all right, Your Honor, thank you.
Bye-bye.